it's close to midnight. The crackheads gon' lurking at the dark. You start to scream. And 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 on what you make it. I don't know all the lyrics. It's on the same. It's summertime that's so to kill the night. Tough as a night. Because it's Thriller. Thriller on Tuckasegee Road. Yo, I'm not trying to make a joke of this, but this is my word. Anyone that was born and raised in Charlotte and that are transplants but have moved here, you know, I've been here for years, you know what I'm saying? They moved back in the 90s or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like the early 2000s. Anybody that's been living in Charlotte for a long period of time, right? And that knows their way around Charlotte, that is, knows not to mess with Tuckasegee Road. That plain and simple. That plain and simple. I'm not even lying, yo. I'm dead ass serious. Like when you okay, so the incident happened 60. Let me take it back a little bit so y'all know what I'm talking about. So a 60-year-old woman was assaulted. Cat bus driver was assaulted on the bus in between Tuckasegee Road and Ashley Road and Tuckasegee Road, right off of Freedom Drive. So for those that don't know Freedom Drive, like you can make a right and it'll take you into Tuckasegee Road, right off of Freedom Drive. And I'm telling you, it's some scary. It's like, I'm not even lying. I'm trying not to curse, but I'm gonna curse. It's some scary shit. Like when you make that right off of Freedom Drive, and you don't even you don't even have to know that you on Tuckasegee Road by the sign. No, shit just start changing. The trees be looking different. The whole landscape, the grass, everything just be looking different. Not lying, yo, man. I've been down there a few times, man. Last time I went, I said, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not. And of course, I delivered, you know. I used to deliver for Postmates, you know what I'm saying? No shame in my game. I'll go right back to it. Matter of fact, I still got all of the apps up. The Instacart, the Postmates, the Grubhub. For the most part, I'll never do Postmates. At least not in that area again. That shit is not a game. Last time I went down there, I know some of you Charlotteans are going to be like, no. No, you didn't. I went down there had to be about 7 o'clock at night. Now, it wasn't 7 o'clock at night in the summertime. I'm talking about like around, the winter. So it gets like dark, like about 5:20 or some shit, right? I went out to Tuckasegee at 7 o'clock and dropped off some food. It was the scariest shit. I damn near peed in my pants, yo. And I ain't had no CCW or none of that shit. Matter of fact, I don't think, it's been that long. It's been about 2 years. I don't even think I even had a firearm. A legal firearm at the time. Like, I'm just being real with you. Everybody knows not to go down Tuckasegee Road. For real. I'd rather roll a dice and go down West Sugar Creek than Tuckasegee Road. That's my word. Shit. Some of you all, man, I hear the stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nosy. I just overhear conversations and shit at the gym, or I'm out in a grocery store, something like that. Oh, Charlotte's so nice, and this and that and so forth, and blah, blah, blah. People that have visited here, people that plan on moving here. And I'm just shaking my head like, yo, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't have any idea. Like, let me tell you something. Charlotte has always been on the map. Don't get it twisted. It's just that you all are finding out about it. For real. They did a documentary about Charlotte. Charlotte had a real serious problem with gang violence years ago in the 90s. I was talking to Joe, right? Joe Sig, my man. I was talking to him, right? And I think this was it spiked. The crime spiked that summer. I forgot what year it was. It might have been 2017, 2018. I think it was definitely before I moved to Atlanta, right? And I was talking about like, yeah. It was 4 people got shot in one day, right? This ain't funny, man. It's just not, but it's just crazy. I'm laughing not at the victims, the people that got shot. I'm laughing because you all be talking like Charlotte is just so this wonderful Disneyland place. I don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. And neither does Joe Sig, and the rest of the Charlotteans. Anyway, I was telling them about, the spike in crime, throughout the summer, and it was like the dudes the people that got shot, they got shot like simultaneously. It was like 501, 502, somebody got shot, 503, somebody. Anyway, I was telling him about it, and he was like, he just shrugged it off, and I'm like, yo, what the? He was like, yeah, man, it was worse back in the days. I forgot what street it is. Please, Charlotteans, let me know. It was like the projects or something like that they had tore down or something. It's a infamous street. I think it's just as bad as Tuckasegee Road. I think it's still there. People still get shot in that area or whatever. But Charlotte is not this bubbly place. And this is the reason why, no disrespect to you all Charlotteans that were born and raised. I'm just trying to prevent these guys coming down here. I'm just trying to prevent them from getting shot and robbed and all of that shit, because they don't actually know that there are certain areas that you don't supposed to live in. That if you were not born and raised in, or if you're not affiliated, like somebody can't vouch for you. Like, I don't understand this. This is regular hood shit. Somebody can't vouch for you. I don't think you need to be there. So this is the reason why I give the fluffy places, the safe places and shit like that. I'm not trying to shit on the hood. I'm just saying that Charlotte hoods are dangerous. And that if, regular folks want to come down here and they just want to work the 9 to 5 and live this bubbly life and take their children to Carowinds and all the rest of that shit, I suggest that you might want to move to Still Creek area. You know what I'm saying? Or Ballantyne, South Park, Huntersville. Then you understand where I'm coming from now? In other words, if you're not built for it, if you didn't come from the hood, then don't move into the hood. And seriously, the way Charlotte is, really, if you're coming from the north, you when you get down here, you think that, oh, this area is nice. Nah, it's not. It's the hood. It just don't kind of look like the hood. Like the hoods in the south, for y'all New Yorkers, I'm gonna just let you know ahead of time, because it's like I did a video and I was showing people, different areas, that they gentrified or whatever, right? Or prior to them gentrifying it, but they in the makings of doing it. And dudes was looking at it and they made comments in the comment section like, yo, man, that's the hood? They were shocked. But yes, it's the hood. Our hoods have trees, birds, squirrels. For real. Some of our hoods have central air and heat. The houses have HVAC systems and shit. But don't get it twisted. Don't sleep. And that's the point that I'm making to you. So this 60-year-old lady gets assaulted, and this is not the first bus driver that has. The last bus driver, Puerto Rican dude from New York, got shot and killed. This is about a month or two ago. And then prior to that, a couple of years back, they shot up the bus. One of the bus driver, I don't know if the bus driver got shot or whatever, but they shot up the bus. Yo, I would tell you all, man, to be on the safe side for real. This goes especially, this is straight shout out, not shout out, but this is some great advice pertaining to the northerners that's planning on moving here. Like, for real, if you don't drive, man, get you a car. Because public transportation, man, I'm telling you, man, I used to take it. And it ain't nothing like that. You think you safe when you get you think you safe when you get uptown. Little do you know, Uptown Charlotte bus station is the main hub. And all of the hoods meet up at one spot. One spot. And shit is bound to happen. You got motherfuckers come from East Charlotte, West Charlotte, and they'll meet up at one spot. You know how much shit I've seen in the main hub in Charlotte? And you thinking, oh, it's cool, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it sits right across from the Spectrum Center that Charlotte Hornets play at. And then like it's several feet away from the intersection, like really the heart of Uptown, which is West Trade Street and North Tryon. And then it's walking, like you go walk across the fucking tracks to get to the epicenter. So you would think, ain't nothing gonna happen. Oh, you're right. I hope that lady, is okay. But this is the crazy thing to me, man. When is the city of Charlotte going to make it so where, if I'm not mistaken, they count their bus drivers as civil servants? Because I know, like my father, you know what I'm saying? He drove for MTA, right? So if you were to spit on him or touch him in any type of way, right? That's automatic 10, 15 years. Because you've assaulted like a civil servant. Like they have that shit in New York. Like you cannot fuck with the bus drivers. You know what I'm saying? The MTA bus drivers or the ones that do the conductors that run the trains. When are we gonna get some shit like that down here? When are we gonna actually get something to some type of law put in place to protect our bus drivers? Straight up. I'm not lying. I've been on a bus. Yo, listen, you all know my story that mess with the channel. Y'all all know it. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, my license was revoked. I had DWIs. I had all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Drive my license suspended, revoked. I had a couple of them joints. You know what I'm saying? And I had to catch the bus. And I dreaded catching the bus, man. I really did. Because it just used to be all types of fuckery going on, especially on 7N. 7N, those don't know or familiar with that bus. That's Betty's Ford. That's the 7N. And some of everything used to happen on that bus, yo. Shit was crazy, man. And listen, I'm not trying to shit on anyone. But us folks can act a fool. Oh man, yo, I'm telling you, I'm letting y'all know, I'm gonna give y'all a head notice. For those that are moving to Charlotte, stop thinking that this shit is sweet. Or thinking about moving to Charlotte, stop thinking this shit is sweet. This is a regular city that got fuckery just like the place that you trying to get the fuck away from. All types of crazy shit. Somebody's house got shot up in Southwest Charlotte. But see, this is the thing. Like, I'm part of Southwest Charlotte. But Southwest Charlotte is like, you know what I'm saying, Nations Ford, Arrowwood, that area, like on the other side of 77. No, not even on the other side of 77. I can't even say that. You know what I'm saying? Like around Whitehall, South Tryon, the Arrowwood, the intersection in that corner where that gas station is, and going further down South Tryon towards Uptown. There's some fuckery going on in there, over in that area. Like, yo, shit just be happening, man. I advise you to move out as far as possible. You know what I'm saying? Move so far to the point where all you hear is cricket. Those that live in Still Creek, I ran across to some of you all, you know what I'm saying? Much respect to you. Some of you all that live in Still Creek area, and you go to the Harris Teeter and Rivergate, that Harris Teeter, right across the street from the Publix, right? And then right in front of Bexley Apartments, you know what I'm saying? In the intersection, y'all already know, the intersection of South Tryon and Still Creek Road, that right sits back right there. Y'all know at night, if you go at night, you hear this fucking ducks mating and shit. They in there they got a little small pond that sits like right beside Harris Teeter, and they be fucking at night. So yo, if you hear you good. You good. I'd rather hear that type of noise than boom, boom, fuck nigga, boom, 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 brrr, boom, 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 brrr, fuck nigga. I don't understand it, man. I just don't. I just don't, man. That's my word, man. Stop thinking Charlotte is sweet. Like I said, once again, you know what I'm saying? Much respect, you know, and to the bus driver. And I hope I know she's traumatized. You understand? Like, you just doing your job. And then you get riffraff getting on the bus, and they want to argue and they want to, pop off with the mouth and shit like that. It's crazy, man. You understand? But Charlotte has to do a better job at protecting their bus drivers. It's just that plain and simple. They were talking about putting the plexiglass, in front, on the side of the bus driver, because when you walk up and get on the bus, I don't know how the northern, New York and Jersey, the tri-state area, I don't know how you all conduct, how y'all got the bus drivers situated in the bus. But for us, here in Charlotte, you can just basically walk up, and when you pay your, you drop your fare in or swipe the card or whatever, you could touch them. So there's no barrier, anything that's stopping you from putting your hands on the bus driver. You understand? So they were talking about putting up the plexiglass or something like that right after the Puerto Rican dude. My fault for not, saying his name, but the Puerto Rican dude from New York got shot and killed. They was talking about putting up the plexiglass and all the rest of that shit. This is my solution. You all know what my solution is. You know what I'm saying? I think that you should arm the bus drivers, for real, straight up. So if anybody pop off with that shit, hey, bus driver has the legal right to pull out and bop bop, put a couple of holes in your ass, straight up. It's that plain and simple, man. Let me tell you something. When I became a gun owner, and I started to realize, just how dangerous guns are. You know what I mean? Or let me say this. Let me take it back. Now I'm starting to sound like a Democrat. Sorry. I apologize. I started to realize just how dangerous people are with guns. Right? I was like, you know what? That whole shit, when people talk about I don't understand why the cops just couldn't shot and injured. Those type of motherfuckers, they don't have guns. For real. 9 times out of 10, they probably never shot one. Let me tell you something. I forgot where I read or heard it on YouTube or it was somewhere. I forgot what it was, but a female was trying to defend herself, and she shot the dude 5 times in his face. And the motherfucker kept on going. Like, what y'all fail to realize is that at the end of the day, just because you got a gun and you shot this man 3 or 4 times, the motherfucker could still get up and attack you. Straight up. So when you shoot someone, you gotta shoot to kill. Because you never know. I'm not trying to take up for the police officers. I'm not trying to take up for 12. Straight up. When it comes to 12, I'm with NWA. And if y'all don't know the famous song that NWA, put out, then let it fly over your head. So I'm NWA far as dealing with the police every day and all day. But at the same time, I do understand, if you pull that shit out, you better take that man down. You better, if you got a 15 round magazine, or what we call in the streets a clip, you better let it all out. Straight up. You know how you got to take a shit? You ever took a shit and said, I must shit out 25% of the shit and just kept it in? No. When you got to take a shit, you want all that shit out because you want instant relief. And that's the point. When you let that fucking magazine, you let those rounds out, and you see that man is down, that's instant relief. You know that motherfucker ain't gonna get up. Straight up. So that's my solution to it. Arm the bus driver. Straight up. We all know that y'all are too cheap to put someone like an undercover cop or something like that, to ride with them every day, all day. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? The city's not gonna pay, that's creating jobs, that's creating safety, and even though it's a positive thing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna do that. We ain't spend no money on that. You know what I'm saying? And then they was talking about the plexiglass or something like that's gonna cost a couple millions or whatever. It ain't gonna cost that much for each one of your bus drivers to be armed. Straight up. Y'all can fucking get with the city council and y'all could pass some law or some shit as far as dealing with the bus drivers, and they could, take a class or two or whatever and instantly get their CCW or some shit. Other than that, this shit is ridiculous. That's somebody's grandmother. That's somebody's mother. That's somebody's aunt. That's somebody's sister. Yo. Ain't no way in the hell I'll be traveling down Tuckasegee Road. It's just that plain and simple, man. That shit is like Thriller. You ever seen, for those you millennials and your Generation Z's and X's or whatever the hell, I think we Generation X. And then, yeah. So for your Generation Z's, yeah, man, I know y'all probably don't know about Michael Jackson Thriller. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? It's close to midnight. Something. And in the dark, you start to scream. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and you got your friend is with you. You know what I'm saying? Your friend is like, man, it's cool. Everything is all cool. It's Gucci. And then you hear that song in the background. You know what I'm saying? You chilling. Then you see your friend. He started to do the dance. and you like, what the hell is wrong with him? Then you turn around. He turned back around again. And this motherfucker looking just like... Michael Jackson turned in one of the, I call them the crackheads, because that's all them niggas was just crackheads and shit. But he turns into a zombie too. So your friend turned into a zombie, or a crackhead rather, started doing the dance and shit. Now you running down Tuckasegee Road like, but what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Or like the Southerners be like, what happened then? The first time I heard somebody say, what happening? I almost shitted in my pants. For real. This man said, what happening? What the problem is? Yeah, man. I hope that lady, you know what I'm saying, has a speedy recovery. Hopefully she doesn't have to, go back to that specific route. We all got to pay bills, and it's a shame. You understand that 9 times out of 10, she's 60 years old. She needs that job. She needs that job. You know what I'm saying? Do they have, I don't know. What's up with her pension? You know what I'm saying? Well, she got to be a certain age to, and like, what's the age for her to retire and shit and get her pension and shit? Like, this shit is crazy, man. That's one of the reasons, and I ended after that. You know what I'm saying? That's really one of the reasons why a lot of Northerners are hesitant to come down here, because, yo, for real, the South don't look out for people. They don't look out for their motherfuckers that work for them. They don't look out for their employees. They just don't. You understand? When my uncle, when my father retired, I don't want to tell his personal business, because I get a phone call. Man, my father sound like an old Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, what the fuck, man? You telling my business? And you then he wanted, talk the same talk that we talk. You snitching and shit? Anyway, when my father retired without putting out his business out there, like, he was good. He's good now. You understand? But I don't know, man. You 60 years old and you still working, man. That means you need that job. Straight up. Yeah, man. I'm about to get out of here, man. Yo, Charlotte, y'all got to do better. For real. Arm your bus drivers. Enough is enough. And let's not even talk about the Lynx train. That's a whole 30 minutes talking about the Lynx train, the shit that I've seen on the Lynx train. Like, a motherfucker, a dude that he was licensed, CCW and all. You know what I'm saying? He shot somebody just, what was it, about 3 months ago on the Lynx train. So need I go any? Need I say any more? Oh, 4 years ago, Charlotte was on World Star, and the shit that happened, it was a fight. And I forgot what stop it was. And it was a fight, and it started inside the Lynx train, and it got pushed out to the so some of the I swear to God, this is my word. I'm about to be done. So some of the stops are like, like high up, like you're sitting high up. So a motherfucker could have got in a fight and threw a motherfucker off the bridge. That's how some of the Lynx stops are on the Lynx train. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, man, we got to do better. That's about it, man. Other than that, man, my name is Langston292. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, definitely share this video.